Last month, a man handed me the keys to a 3-year-old luxury SUV and told me he had lost almost $30,000 on it in 36 months. He shrugged like it was pocket change. That's the part nobody warns you about the fancy badge on the hood. The first owner eats the depreciation, and somebody smart buys the exact same leather, the same engine, the same heated everything for less than a stripped-out economy car. After 24 years under these things, I have watched luxury SUVs shed value like a snake sheds skin. Today I'm handing you 8 of them, all right around 3 years old, all quietly trading hands under $25,000. Let's count them down. Number 8, Jaguar F-Pace. I'm starting with the one that'll make your jaw drop because the depreciation on this thing is almost offensive. A 2022 Jaguar F-Pace stickered north of $52,000 brand new. 3 years later, Kelly Blue Book pegs the drop at roughly 42%, one of the steepest falls of any luxury SUV on the road. The base premium trims are averaging in the high teens to low 20s now, and clean 2-liter cars are showing up starting around $21,000 to $24,000. Here's the honest mechanic take, because I'm not going to lie to you to sell you a British SUV. The base P250 runs Jaguar's 2-liter Ingenium Turbo 4, 246 horsepower, bolted to a ZF 8-speed automatic and standard all-wheel drive. That ZF 8-speed, legitimately one of the best transmissions ever built. It shows up in BMWs, Rams, Bentleys. It's not the weak point. The weak point is everything electrical around it. Infotainment glitches, the occasional oil leak, sensors that throw tantrums. This is a car you buy with your eyes open. So the checklist matters more here than on anything else in this video. First, insist on a full history. You want service records, not vibes. Second, sit in it and cycle every screen, every camera, every button. Pivi Pro on the 2022 is decent, but a deadhead unit is real money. Third, cold start it and listen for a rattle on the timing chain side. Fourth, get a pre-purchase inspection. Non-negotiable on this one. Who should buy it? Someone who wants a genuinely gorgeous, sharp-handling SUV, has a good independent shop lined up, and understands they're trading reliability for style and a screaming deal. Who should skip it? Anyone who needs zero drama, set it and forget it ownership. If a check engine light ruins your week, this isn't your SUV. But if you want the most car for the money on looks alone, nothing here touches it. Number 7, Audi Q5. The Q5 is the SUV I get asked about the most because everybody's neighbor has one and everybody assumes it's out of reach. It isn't. The 2022 Q5 averages around $27,000 used, but that number is dragged up by loaded prestige and plug-in trims. Base premium 2-liter cars with normal miles are landing under $25,000 all day, and I've seen clean ones with 60,000 miles around $18,000 to $24,000. Mechanically, the 2022 Q5 runs the 45 TFSY, a 2-liter turbo 4, making 261 horsepower, paired to a 7-speed S-tronic dual clutch and quattro all-wheel drive. That quattro system is the reason to buy this car. In snow and rain on a gravel road, it's brilliant and it's durable. The EA888 engine in this generation is the most refined version Audi has built, and the early timing chain tensioner problems that haunted older ones are largely sorted by 2022. 2 things to watch. That dual clutch transmission is fantastic when maintained and expensive when neglected, so you want proof the fluid has been serviced. And these direct injection engines can develop carbon buildup on the intake valves over time. A walnut blast cleaning every 60,000 to 80,000 miles keeps it healthy and runs a few $100 at a good shop. Test drive checklist. Accelerate hard from a stop and feel for any clunk or hesitation off the line. A healthy S-tronic is smooth. Check for oil consumption. Ask the seller when they last topped it off. And make sure the MMI screen and virtual cockpit boot up clean. Who should buy it? someone who wants a genuine benchmark quality interior, real all-weather capability, and German driving feel for Honda money. Who should skip it? If you plan to defer maintenance and drive it into the ground on a shoestring, German complexity will bite you. Keep up with it, and the Q5 is a fantastic ownership experience for a fraction of what the first owner paid. Number 6, Lincoln Nautilus. Now we get into the SUVs I actually breathe easier recommending. The Nautilus is Lincoln's mid-size cruiser, and here's the secret nobody says out loud. Underneath the quilted leather and the whisper quiet cabin, it's a Ford Edge, and that is a compliment. The 2022 Nautilus has a resale value hovering right around $23,000 to $24,000 according to KBB, and while pretty low mileage reserve models list higher, well-kept examples with normal miles slide under $25,000 comfortably. The standard engine is Ford's 2-liter EcoBoost Turbo 4, making 250 horsepower with a proven 8-speed automatic. There's an available 2.7-liter twin-turbo V6 with 335 horsepower if you want muscle. In my shop, that 2-liter EcoBoost is a known quantity. Parts are everywhere, mechanics understand it, and repairs don't require a second mortgage. Owners rate this generation a 4.6 out of 5 for reliability, which is genuinely strong for anything wearing a luxury badge. What I love about it is what it doesn't do. It doesn't try to be sporty. It rides like a couch, isolates road noise beautifully, and the seats, Lincoln's 24-way adjustable thrones, are some of the best in the business. Checklist: on the 2-liter, check for coolant intrusion history, an occasional EcoBoost gripe, a compression or leak down test at inspection settles it. Test the panoramic sunroof for drainage. Clogged drains cause headliner stains. And run every massage and memory seat function. Those motors are pricey to replace. Who should buy it? Highway commuters and anyone who values comfort over corner carving. If your priority is arriving relaxed, this is your SUV. Who should skip it? If you want engagement and sharp handling, the Nautilus drives like the living room on wheels it is. But for pure, comfortable, uncomplicated luxury on a budget, it's hard to beat. Number 5, Volvo XC60. The XC60 is what I recommend to people who tell me safety is their number one priority, because Volvo has been obsessed with keeping people alive longer than most of these brands have existed. The 2022 XC60 in Momentum and Inscription trim is averaging around $22,000 to $23,000 used, with clean examples starting near $21,000. For a Swedish luxury SUV 3 years old, that's a gift. Every 2022 XC60 runs a version of Volvo's 2.0-liter engine with 48-volt mild hybrid assist. The B5 makes 247 horsepower. The B6 bumps it to 295, mated to an 8-speed Aisin automatic and all-wheel drive. That Aisin transmission is a workhorse. The interior is a masterclass in restraint. Where the Germans pile on buttons, Volvo gives you calm, clean Scandinavian design that still looks modern today. Now the honest part, Volvo's biggest complaint isn't mechanical, it's the infotainment. Owners across the board mention screen freezes and software quirks. A software update usually sorts it, but go in knowing it exists. The mild hybrid system itself has been solid. Checklist: boot the center screen and let it fully load before you drive. Watch for lag or a reboot. Check the 48-volt battery health if the shop can read it. Inspect the front control arm bushings on higher mileage cars. They're a known wear item and an easy negotiating chip. And verify the softwares on the latest version. Who should buy it? Families who want the safest thing in the segment, people who love understated design, and anyone in a snowy climate. Who should skip it? Gadget lovers who will be driven insane by a laggy screen, and anyone who wants punchy performance. The XC60 is composed, not thrilling, but as a safe, handsome, sensible luxury hauler for the price of a mid-trim Camry, it's excellent. Number 4, Infiniti QX50. This is the value bomb of the whole list. A 2022 QX50 stickered around $40,000 to $58,000 depending on trim. Today, the nationwide floor on these is around $18,000, and clean luxe and essential trims are everywhere in the $21,000 to $24,000 range. KBB puts current resale near $21,900. You are getting a nearly new feeling luxury cabin, one of the roomiest interiors in the class for economy car money. Here's where I earn your trust by being straight with you. The QX50 uses Infiniti's VC turbo, a genuinely fascinating 2-liter variable compression engine making 268 horsepower bolted to a CVT, a continuously variable transmission. And I'll be honest, Nissan and Infiniti CVTs do not have a spotless history. That's the entire reason these are so cheap. Now, the newer units are far better than the ones from a decade ago, and plenty of owners rack up trouble-free miles. But this is a car where the transmission is the whole ballgame. So the checklist is really one big test. Get it warm, then drive it in stop and go and on the highway. Feel for any shudder, judder, or whine under steady acceleration. A healthy CVT is seamless and quiet. If you feel anything, walk away. There are hundreds more out there. Also check that the transmission fluid was serviced. Infiniti's intervals matter enormously here. And confirm any remaining powertrain warranty. Who should buy it? A value hunter who does their homework, buys a clean, low to moderate mileage example, keeps the CVT fluid fresh, and pockets the enormous savings. Who should skip it? Someone who plans to run it to 250,000 miles and can't stomach a possible transmission replacement down the road. Buy right, maintain it religiously, and the QX50 is the most luxury per dollar on this entire list. Number 3, Buick Envision. Now for the sleeper that mechanics quietly respect. Everybody laughs at Buick until they look at the reliability data. RepairPal rates the current Envision a 5 out of 5 and ranks it number 1 for reliability in its class. Let that sink in, number 1. And a 2022 Envision averages around $21,000 to $24,000, with resale value sitting near $19,000. It undercuts nearly everything on this list and out-reliables most of it. Under the hood is a 2.0-liter Turbo 4, making about 228 horsepower through a 9-speed automatic front or all-wheel drive. Here's the detail that matters. The Envision rides on the same underpinnings as the Cadillac XT4. It's a near luxury interior wearing a modest badge, which is exactly why it's cheap and exactly why it's smart. Buick's quiet tuning makes the cabin genuinely hushed, and owners rate it 4.6 to 4.7 out of 5 across the board. The GM 2.0-liter turbo is a familiar engine in my bay. Parts are cheap and everywhere, and any competent shop can work on it without special tools. That's the opposite of the German and British cars earlier in this video. Checklist. Check the timing chain. GM turbos want their oil changes on time, so demand service records. Test the all-wheel drive by turning full lock in an empty lot, listen for binding, cycle the big touchscreen, and make sure the cameras all wake up. And look at the tires. Staggered wear points to alignment neglect. Who should buy it? Anyone who wants quiet, comfortable, low drama, near luxury, and does not care about badge snobbery. Who should skip it? Someone who needs to impress the country club or who wants sporty dynamics. The Envision is comfortable and sensible, not exciting. But if you want the lowest ownership headache on this list at one of the lowest prices, this is the quiet genius pick. If this straight talk is saving you from a bad buy, do me a favor and hit subscribe. I've got more videos on which luxury cars are secret bargains and which ones are money pits dressed up in leather. Now, the top 2. Number 2, Cadillac XT5. This is the one I point people to when they want American luxury with an engine that refuses to die. The 2022 XT5's magic trick is under the hood, and it's a trick almost nobody else on this list can do. You can get it with a naturally aspirated 3.6-liter V6, 310 horsepower, no turbo to fail, a timing chain instead of a belt, mated to a 9-speed automatic. In a world where everyone is chasing tiny turbo 4s, this X6 just runs and runs. And the price is where it gets ridiculous. A 2022 XT5 depreciated about 40% in 3 years. Resale value on the base. Luxury trim sits around $21,600 and listings start under $18,000, with clean examples all through the low to mid $20,000 range. You're buying a smooth 6-cylinder luxury SUV for 4-cylinder compact money. Let me give you the mechanics angle. I love seeing that 3.6-liter V6 roll in because there's usually nothing wrong with it. It's naturally aspirated, so there's no turbo, no intercooler plumbing, no boost-related failures. Keep the oil changes current and this engine will cross 200,000 miles without drama. Owners rate this generation 4.4 out of 5 for reliability. Checklist. Confirm which engine it has. I'd take the 3.6 V6 over the 2.0 turbo every time for long-term peace of mind. Check the transmission for smooth shifts. The 9-speed likes fresh fluid. Test the electronics. CU infotainment on early cars could be laggy, so make sure it responds crisply. And inspect the brakes. These are heavier SUVs and eat pads if the previous owner was rough. Who should buy it? Someone who wants proven American luxury, a bulletproof V6, and cheap, easy repairs from any shop in town. Who should skip it? If you must have a cutting-edge cabin or the sharpest handling, it's a half step behind the newest rivals. But for a comfortable, reliable, easy-to-service luxury SUV that shrugs off miles, the XT5 is one of the smartest buys in the entire used market. Number 1, Acura RDX. And here it is, the one I'd put my own family in without a second thought. The Acura RDX is the SUV I recommend more than any other in this class, because it does the impossible. It combines Honda's legendary reliability with a genuinely premium, fun-to-drive package. And right now, 3-year-old examples are landing right at that $25,000 line. Base and technology trims with normal miles slip just under it, with clean examples floating in the low to mid-20s. Resale sits around $25,500, and trade-in value is near $22,700, which tells you these hold their worth because people who own them refuse to let go. Here's the heart of it. The RDX runs a 2-liter turbo 4, making 272 horsepower, an engine derived from the same family that powers the Honda Civic Type R, bolted to a smooth 10-speed automatic with available super handling all-wheel drive that actually torque vectors around corners. This is Honda engineering underneath Acura tailoring. I have customers with these past 100,000 miles who've spent almost nothing beyond oil, brakes, and tires. One owner told me his 2-liter turbo and 10-speed were bulletproof, his word, not mine. And after 24 years of wrenching, I don't disagree. I had a woman come in last year, cross-shopping a German SUV she couldn't quite afford. I asked if she'd driven an RDX. She hadn't. She test drove one that weekend on a sport mode back road, called me Monday, and bought it. 10 months later, 0 repairs, and she keeps asking why nobody told her about it sooner. That's the RDX in a sentence. Checklist: the true touchpad. Infotainment is polarizing. Sit in it and make sure you can live with it before you buy. Verify oil change history. These turbos want clean oil. On super handling all-wheel drive models, do the full lock parking lot circle and listen for binding. And check the carbon fiber or wood trim and the panoramic roof drains. Small stuff, but it tells you how the car was cared for. Who should buy it? Honestly, almost anyone. Commuters, families, first-time luxury buyers, and anyone who wants the lowest total cost of ownership with a badge that still turns heads. It's the safest bet on this entire list. Who should skip it? If you need 3 rows, the RDX seats 5. Look at something bigger. And if the touchpad interface drives you nuts, that's the one real deal breaker. But if I had to hand a friend the keys to one luxury SUV under $25,000 and walk away confident I'd never get an angry phone call, it'd be this one, every single time. So there they are, 8 luxury SUVs, all around 3 years old, all quietly selling below $25,000, while their first owners ate the depreciation for you. The flashy, risky Jaguar F-Pace, the benchmark Audi Q5, the couch-comfortable Lincoln Nautilus, the safe, handsome Volvo XC60, the value bomb Infiniti QX50, the sleeper genius Buick Envision, the bulletproof V6 Cadillac XT5, and the one to rule them all, the Acura RDX. Next time a salesman waves you toward a brand new compact for the same money, you'll know there's a nicer, quieter, better built SUV sitting one row over with somebody else's depreciation already paid. If this helped, hit that subscribe button. I have a video coming on the 3 luxury SUVs I would never let a family member buy at any price. And trust me, you want to see that one before you sign anything. Drive safe, do your homework, and let the first owner take the hit. I will see you in the next one.